Make me whip out my boots. Here we go. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another reaction here at Western. I do it every time. 3 Shades of whatever.
No, I prefer Westeros.
Okay, so
now maybe in Westeros.
You go right ahead, dude. They don't have medicine. I'm good.
House of the Dragon.
Yeah. Episode 3. Okay, so to begin, King Viserys, the guy playing that guy is freaking phenomenal.
Yeah. Perfect.
That acting job in that role for him, it was just fully believable. Like every emotion you could see that guy going through, from pissed to heartbroken to just insanely stressed out over his daughter, which I understand.
Yep. He's a regular guy, and he's the king.
Yeah.
That's why it's so amazing. Like when Otto Hightower is telling him you could command her and do whatever, do whatever you want. He's like, I don't want to command her.
I love when
I want her to be happy.
All this politicking.
Right. And it's like, just see, like, also the time jumps and everything, like seeing this version of Game of Thrones House of the Dragon. First of all, this episode was the best episode so far.
Oh yeah, it was
by far.
Good.
But seeing a version where a lot of time is passing is so different from the original, and they're doing well with it. So it's its own thing, and same as the original in a way. It has a lot of the same characters, but I just love that it's its own thing. House of the Dragon is its own thing. We've spanned like how many years now? Now they had the king, King Aerys II is now 2 years old. Yeah. But apparently 3 years have passed because the war with the stepsons.
Well, pregnancy.
Pregnancy too.
Yeah. Well, you can't just say 2. That's like the most important part.
That is the most important
part.
Can't
have a kid without baking it.
Yep. This episode had me excited. Had me extremely excited.
Yeah, you got to take what he says about being the best one with a grain of salt. Because
I know there's only 3.
Well, that's my point. Like when the first episode aired, he's like, "Dude, it was the best episode of House of the Dragon ever."
No.
There's only 1.
No, I said it was a good setup episode. They were both really. Those first 2 are great setup episodes.
He's just a Game of Thrones nerd. It's okay. I love it too, but he's a different kind of fan.
Listen, speaking of which, Otto Hightower. Pissed me off.
Yeah, that's that guy.
Yeah, he is pissing me off.
Yeah, with the whole that have to be the heir thing.
This guy is a real jackass.
But you see how the king acted about it.
What? Yeah.
He wasn't having it, especially when the Lannister boy said that shit to him.
But you know what? Also, the king right now, he's screwed some things up. Screwed
you notice what was missing from the king? Did you notice the 2 fingers missing?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. Of course.
Yeah, they rotting off, man. What the hell?
Not just the one, but the other one too.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 of them. Well, we only know about the pinky, and he lost another one. Well, so that means the Iron Throne cut him.
Out of there.
The Iron Throne that must have cut him again.
Possibly, or he just rotted his shit away because he doesn't take care of it well.
He's not healing.
No.
But let's go.
He's not healing.
And then let's go to the beginning for a second. The guy, like they were fighting the stepsons, and you see the flag burning and everything. That was the Valerian flag.
The stepsons.
The stepstones, whatever. The stepstones.
Yeah.
That guy, the crab guy, has grayscale, by the way. But we'll get that. I guess that's why he's a little nuts. But
doesn't matter.
See how that guy was dying, and he's like, somebody's gonna come save me. Corlys Valerian, I'm gonna do this.
Save me, my prince. Save me, my prince. Well, I mean, you're not in pain anymore.
Right.
Well, it put him out of his misery, but I think it was symbolic in the sense that Daemon don't care. He just cares about nothing. He cares about his own, what he's going to gain from this.
That's it. Like, even when I don't want to jump too far ahead, but even when he got the letter from the king, he beats the shit out of the messenger and says, fuck the king, I don't need his help, and he did it himself.
Because he knew that was the reason why he was doing it in the first place. If the king comes in and saves the day, he takes all the glory.
Exactly.
All of the glory.
Yeah, so he had no choice but to do it. But I'm a little disappointed we didn't get to see him take out that dude, because he just came walking out dragging a very light body. I'm like, where's the...
where's the rest?
Something missing.
What's going on?
Something missing.
So, do you think, though, them not showing that kind of lifts the mystery of it, lifts the mystique of it, the fact that he did it? Like, I don't know. I think that actually adds something to it, like us not seeing him cut him in half.
I'm not saying we had to see him cut him in half, but we could have just seen a little bit of the battle, and then him about to win, and then just about to swing the sword, and then see him dragging his ass out.
That would have been.
I like seeing what's going on. You know what I mean? He went in this dark cave. We could have had some spooky moment where this guy's trying to hide behind shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I was expecting something cool.
We could have.
But
what he did before that to get into that position, that suicide mission he went on.
Yeah.
You have to look. even though he doesn't really care about his soldiers dying and all that stuff, it's all about him. He had a lot of big balls to do what he did.
Yeah, but that was still all about him.
Yeah.
It was, but he evaded all them arrows and they timed everything. You know,
absolutely
all but 3.
about him. Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, he did that only because he wasn't going to have the king steal his thunder.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He's like, I'm either going to die or win.
That's exactly what he did, and it worked.
Oh yeah.
So now I guess what he's going to go to King's Landing and be all accepted and be revered. I guess that's what he was going for. So
I don't think so.
No,
I think
was his plan, but
I think that's what's going to happen, and he's going to be cocky about it. That's what I think's going to happen.
It's possible.
we'll see.
But good luck going to King's Landing talking that shit.
Now let's go back.
King already telling his ass to leave.
Yeah,
It's been years, but still.
I wonder how their relationship's going to
It's
be.
only been 3 episodes for us.
Right.
But I think this was a Viserys episode.
It was totally.
You
It was
know?
all about setting his tone.
He showed so many different sides of him. You know, he was drinking the wine because he's stressed out because everybody's politicking him. I know Hightower goes, why don't you get Rhaenyra and Aegon II to marry?
What?
He's
And
killing.
he's literally
He's killing me.
That shit would have
He
made.
is killing me.
You're gonna feel him across.
What? Yeah.
You know why he's doing that, because that puts Aerys as the king.
Yes, I know.
And that's his
Yeah.
that's
It puts him closer to the throne.
so it's
I'm in the ear of the king because it's my grandson.
you should see what his brother, that guy, his brother, I forget his brother's name, the older brother, the first Hightower, he said, does he know like Aegon's going to be the king? And he's like, well, it's your job to make sure you remind him he's going to be king, So he's like making his brother do stuff. I guess that's the way his house is, They're schemers.
Plotting.
Well, everybody's plotting.
Everybody's plotting. Well, in the beginning, everybody was plotting on the throne anyway. Everybody's sending, oh my daughter, hey, my daughter. And then, of course, Otto, you're killing me. Just, going to king.
But I like the way the king handled it all, man. The king was like, nah, I want my daughter to be happy. You get to choose. You see the look on her face, she teared up as soon as he said that shit.
Yeah. And
But
here's the thing. You know what I'm getting vibes of? Viserys is parallel a little bit to Ned Stark.
Totally.
In the sense that
Totally.
he's going to be the guy we all fall in love with.
And they're gonna.
And
he's
is
out of there.
Yep.
And that's going to suck.
The thing I was going to say about this, though, I see where the daughter's coming from. And I see where the daughter's coming from because the Hightowers are just they're just plotters in general. Because there's no way you're going to tell me, okay, your daughter, this is your dad. He tells you, oh look, heifer, you know what's going on. You know what you're doing.
Yes.
You know exactly what. Then on top of that, you go to the king, who is now your husband, and say, oh well, let her choose. That way, it seems like she has a choice. You're still plotting.
Yeah. She did that.
It's all a plot, no
You're
matter
still
what.
plotting.
It's always angles.
And then on top of that, this is a one-way course. There's no stopping this train. There's no tracks getting off. It's going to war. And she keeps approaching old girl, and it's like, you do understand that you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's over. It's a wrap. You're at odds now. You're going to war. It's over.
Yeah.
She's never and should never trust you ever again.
I agree with that fully.
Did you see do you remember the scene where Alicent is pregnant, comes out, and Rhaenyra is sitting by the werewood tree, having the guy sing the songs,
The bard, yeah.
and they have the back and forth of
She's
who has the power.
The queen says, "Get the fuck
Queen
out of
says
here."
this, your princess didn't tell you to stop, and all that, and then she says, "Was that can you come back in? Is that a father's order or yours?" And he goes, "Your father's order." He goes, "Okay, for him, I'll do it," and gets up. They're just
Wasn't
being
it for
catty.
him? No, it wasn't even for him. She just said.
She just went with it.
But she did it, but like, as you wish, your grace, or some shit. She played the part.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
she's like, oh, but it doesn't. No, it's a wrap, Chi. It's over.
The moment that it changed for her dad, for Viserys, was when she said to him, "Nobody's here for me."
Yep.
That moment, you saw it in him.
Yeah.
I mean, does he quite understand how over it is though?
No.
Because I don't think that, like, okay, we do know, what happens eventually, because of course it starts with the first initial program and
yes.
prequel. So we know what happens. But looking at this, and this actress, she's just so great at this part. But looking at her face and looking at her actions, as a dad, you can't tell it's a wrap.
Yeah.
I know you want to believe that it's not.
Well, that's the biggest problem when you got little girls, man, because
And the girl,
I get it.
Millie Alcock. The thing is, though, it's actually going to switch. Like she's an older There's going to be a time jump where another actress is going to play her.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm wondering, and again, obviously, and everybody knows because you hear it, like no spoilers. If you know, I try not to listen to spoilers, but everybody knows where this is going, and I keep hearing the term Civil War being thrown around, and most people know that already. I'm just wondering, what is the single action? It seems like something's coming in the next episode because Rhaenyra says, "How dare you in the trailer? How dare you blame me for something so heinous or whatever?" And
well, that's
King is screaming.
Where my whole theory comes into it. It's definitely the Civil War begins. I believe maybe I say how I'm I'm beating around a little bit with Rhaenyra and Daemon.
Rhaenyra versus Daemon?
No,
they team up. That's where I agree with you.
I see that coming. Okay, well, cool. You know what I was really hoping would happen? Because it's like, oh, well, you must pick a husband. She said, okay, it's Daemon.
I was waiting for her to say
I was,
it.
I was waiting for it. I was like, please, Jesus, let her say this, please.
And then I mean, for a minute there, I was like, is Kristen Cole trying to woo her a little bit?
I know, a little bit, yeah. And even when she's like, let's take in the Godswood, and they were like stuck when she drives out.
Yeah,
after the Lannister, you said and wanted, are we going to get Lannisters? Well, we got them.
I know, as soon as he popped up, I was like, there's the part that he was talking about.
So, and I think the Lannisters and some of the stuff I saw.
Just as douchey as what I remember.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. And what are the name of these? Like Jason Lannister?
Jason is the one I know.
Okay. There's two twins,
yes.
right? One of them is
that's usually how many twins.
One of the twins is the master of ships, and he's all nervous. Remember, he's telling him like, we got to send people now. Yeah. He took Corlys Valerian's job. That's what he came in the small council. The brother, the one that was trying to wit Rhaenyra, is the one he's trying to marry him to. The thing about the Lannisters, and the thing I saw in the lore, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the Lannisters, the house wasn't as great, even though they were rich. Like what we saw in the Game of Thrones and newer one,
way more rich.
They were more heightened. Like Tywin Lannister really rose that house.
I can see that because I was thinking. I don't want to cut you off, but I was thinking that while watching it, of just the way they looked.
Yeah,
like they didn't have that glory of House Lannister that I'm used to seeing.
They don't, and she was even like, "Well, you're just gonna marry me off to one of the high houses like Lannister." Like she knows them, but she don't really care about it.
Here's another question for you: do you think that we may actually finally get to see Casterly Rock?
It's possible.
Because think about that.
Well, we see it once.
No, we didn't.
We don't see it in its entirety. I think there's a scene in Casterly Rock where all the I know I've seen it where all the archers are along the wall in Casterly Rock, and like somebody's on the wall, like Jaime or somebody's on the wall, like defending it. I can't remember what that was from, but I know it's in the original.
Sure?
It's in
I
like
don't remember
one
seeing
scene.
Casterly Rock ever. It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
But no, we've never been inside Casterly Rock and all that glory. We won't see that anyway because it's. Unless we get a Jon Snow series and he ends up going there.
Yeah, but it looks like I don't know who's going to be fighting. At the end, who's going to be fighting against each other? So let's just say the king dies, and what is it going to be like? Alicent?
No, the Targaryens are going to win at the end of this series, regardless.
Well, it's going to be Targaryens versus Targaryens.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
But like, I see where I'm seeing it budding is Alicent Hightower and Rhaenyra Targaryen are going to be on opposite sides of this spectrum.
Totally,
yeah,
because they're going to go from best friends to hating each other. It's fucking Smallville.
Yeah,
and we think
it's Lex and Clark in the beginning to Lex and Clark in the end.
It's already there now.
So who is Alicent going to like? Who's going to be her ally? Like something bad's going to happen.
Her father.
Something. I just feel something like really like devastating and crazy because it's Game of Thrones, dude.
Of course,
some crazy shit's gonna happen. The king's gonna die. The baby's gonna die. The sister's gonna die. Somebody's getting killed.
My question is this:
does Aegon even? I don't know.
My question is this: okay, when the king eventually, because he's going to, because if nothing else, his wounds are going to just
he's done. They're just foreshadowing.
I wonder if that's how he comes to his untimely death, his wounds.
That's exactly what I think.
I don't know.
I don't think he's going to die glorious. I don't think Daemon's going to kill him. I don't think he's going to die in battle. I think he's going to die some gangrenous shit.
I don't think it's going to be Daemon. Definitely. I actually think Daemon does love his brother.
I fully agree with that, yeah.
But he's not trying to kick...
He's trying to show who he is without his brother there to back him up.
Yeah.
So question, Who, once the king passes, you have Damon on this side. You have that's her name. I'm sorry, calling her daughter on this side.
Rhaenyra.
On this side, Damon and Rhaenyra's here. Mm-hmm. Who over here rides dragons still?
Well, Dad doesn't anymore.
Exactly. So when you think about it,
shit, I didn't even think about it.
You got two dragon riders on this side, on the same side.
None on that side.
Well, there's like
if you're versing each other.
Yeah. So apparently there's like I'm gonna get the number wrong, but there's like 24 or between
dragon riders.
There's a lot of dragon riders. I don't think we met them all.
Well, yeah, the king's gonna have his team of them.
Did you notice in the last scene that one dragon rider that wasn't Damon? There was a dragon rider while Damon was on the ground.
No, you're mixing it up.
That was
his son on Damon's dragon.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Damon's dragon. It was his own dragon. It's called like Gray something.
You sure?
Positive.
Oh.
They only.
I thought it was on Damon's.
Oh, no, they can't ride each other's dragons.
No. He does have his son. He is.
Yeah, he has his own dragon.
I didn't realize that.
It's a younger dragon. I don't know the name of it. I can't remember the name.
I didn't even really look deep into dragon because I just figured it was Damon's.
But that house and the king are still at odds.
Cross ride dragons.
No.
Once somebody rides, that's the only person that can ride that dragon.
That house and the king are still at odds, right?
So then what do you mean that one dragon was Jon Snow's forever?
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
And here's the thing. The reason why he could ride that dragon, and I forget his name, because his mother is Rhaenys, the queen that never was.
Yes, I know.
So he has Targaryen blood. So,
yeah, I figured that. Yeah.
Yeah, I just forget the name of his dragon, but he's got one.
So what I'm thinking is, basically, the king is separated from all these other houses that have dragon riders who are looking at.
Well, the king still has dragon riders in the kingdom as well, right?
Yeah, there's going to be more. I guess we're going to meet them all. It's not going to be dragons on one side. We just haven't seen them.
You know what I will say though? I will say I liked the design that they gave the dragons. So my lady we were watching, and she's like, wow, that's really long compared to what I'm used to seeing. And I was like, well, that's true to what they're supposed to be. In like mythology and everything, dragons are more like what you see like Chinese dragons. They're more serpent-like.
Yeah.
So these are closer to what they're actually supposed to look like compared to what we're normally seeing in movies, to where they're like a chameleon that looks with wings and shit.
Yeah, this captures to me. This show captures like what if dragon really existed, like that dinosaur-esque feel to it.
Yes,
but
my point is the
lizard.
body. Like when it was flying away, how the body would wrap and move and everything.
Oh yeah.
You don't see that in other dragon. Like in Game of Thrones, in Game of Thrones, not House of the Dragon, those dragons didn't look like that. They looked more stocky and like we're used to seeing in movies like the movie Dragonheart, whatever, Reign of Fire.
Right.
Yeah. All those movies that have dragons in them kind of look the same as far as body style. But then you see like Shang-Chi at the end, the dragon in there
that was
looked a lot like this one.
I was going to bring that up.
I know the books describe each
body
dragon.
type,
Apparently each dragon has its own characteristics. That's why Damon's dragon has the long neck. He's like the serpent dragon or the sea snake dragon or whatever it's called.
But I mean, even the one
my brain, I'm tired.
Even the one that the young dude was riding, his dragon was serpent-like as well.
Yeah. But if you look at Damon's, the red one, you'll see that neck is really long.
I'm not just talking about the neck, though. I'm talking about the body stuff.
Yeah. I also think the tails, I don't know, they all look really cool.
Awesome.
But I know they all look different in this show. They're different sizes, different ages.
Love the faces on them. They look so awesome.
But yeah, like just seeing how Viserys also just like was tired of all the politicking and just like how it's a completely different feel to the original Game of Thrones.
Totally, but I mean, it better be. If they want this to shine on its own, it can't be just a rinse and repeat.
It can't.
This can't be The Force Awakens.
No. And I like the time jumps because it also gets you emotionally involved in the characters. Already 3 episodes in, I'm more emotionally involved in the characters, and I was worried about that. When this first came out, I'm like, this story's going to have to hit the ground running because it's Game of Thrones, and are we going to have enough time to get attached to the characters?
George R. Martin writes so well.
I know, it's so good.
That's all I can say is the guy's, he's a genius when it comes to writing this kind of shit, period.
Amazing episode.
But yeah, as far as it goes, the one last thing I want to talk about before we cut this off is the crab feeder. Why did he go out so easily?
Nothing, we don't know much about.
Well, apparently he held off for 3 years.
3 years is one thing. I'm talking about, in my eyes, getting to see more of that weird shit.
Yeah.
That's true.
And we got no real true backstory.
Nothing.
You know?
Prince Jahar. Jahar. Okay. Who?
Right.
He was part of the triarchy, whatever that is.
Who?
I forget the whatever.
Are they going to keep going into that later? To where we got to go back and watch the show again and be like, okay, now I see where you are.
Or maybe like in this series, even though he's gone, maybe there's still something written about his backstory that
possible.
You know,
like the whole thing with him having grayscale. Why does that even fucking matter?
Right.
It doesn't. What are you looking at?
The Triarchy was an alliance of the free cities of Mir, Lys, and Tyrosh. I don't know. That's what they were dealing with that, you know, that crab feeder guy.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like, what was even the motive behind all of it?
I
Like, I want to know more.
I know.
A couple more
That was
episodes
such
at
a cool
least.
dynamic. They could have really made that into like the main villain.
That's true, but I think it's more used as a tool to elevate Damon. You know,
Fair enough.
Yeah,
but
than
you know, I just wanted to see more. That's all. I'm like, I want to know what it is and why.
Right.
Like that's
Something.
whenever I have a story, like don't. That's the only moment so far of this that reminds me of season 8. It's like we didn't get any kind of fucking context or anything towards it. They're just like, oh, that's what's he's a piece now. We're good.
You know what? I'm not
Because that was so cool and creepy in the last episode, the way they set it up.
Yeah.
And then it was just like such a quick ending to it. It's like,
I needed to be a little bit more.
It's without seeing where it goes. It's hard to tell if they did it right.
I think it's all about Daemon and Viserys. They don't even, the crab feeder was nothing.
Yeah.
The crab
It's a
feeder
good
was like, you know,
possibility that
Just a
crab feeder
filler
was something.
character to have a villain for a minute so they can have Daemon go after somebody.
it started
and,
a battle,
Somebody
started
that
a
was
war.
cool that you'd be interested in.
Yeah, but I would still rather have more. You know what I mean?
He was enhancement talent. That's what he was, enhancement talent. You know, you ever watch Monday Night Raw back in the day when you get the weird wrestler? It's like the cool
Oh, that
wrestler's
kind
going to
of
come out and run. You know, the known wrestler's going to wrestle the nobody who looks like a dork and he just slams him in 3 seconds.
yeah.
Oh, well, he's enhancement
Yeah,
talent.
that's
That's what he was,
that's
Damon.
it. The Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah, I
Except
like
Damon
that.
almost died.
We all did.
In his dirty ass shirt.
Anyway, I am so excited to see where I am so excited. And I love that we have to wait a week.
I definitely want more.
Sunday nights
You
at
know,
9
it's
o'clock.
funny. I saw somebody comment on social media today. They were bitching that it's not all out right now. I wish they would just drop the whole series. I'm like, I like the anticipation.
Oh, stop.
They're like, that's what they said to me. Oh, stop. And I was like, why? I was like, okay, I was like, with your new age instant gratification needing ass.
I know.
And I was like, when you go taste a new fine delicious brew, do you just chug the son of a bitch or do you
They
savor
do.
it?
They might.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
They do.
Nah, she was like, fair enough.
Yeah, they're chugging. And you know what else?
Right, it was the brew. It was the
Because
brew
she's
that
like
got
a
me.
brewery
Right.
chick, you know,
It was the
she's
brew
always
that got
trying
me.
different like
Damn
fancy
it.
brews and shit.
Damn you,
Now, like,
sir.
you ain't gonna just smash that down. You're gonna fucking taste it.
She's like, damn it, sir.
Well, yeah.
You're right.
I just,
You're right.
how many episodes?
I
is this
feel I don't know. I don't know if it's 8, 10. I don't know. When does the older
really
actors
seem like I knew
come in?
something.
When did the actors changes come in? I don't know.
That might be
Probably-
next one.
Yeah, it might be
next one or
one.
two.
And you know what? The
Or
Billy
one after
Alcock,
that.
the girl who plays Rhaenyra now,
I'm
I
like
hate
her.
the fact that she's going to change because
I know.
she's
so
I
good.
like her so
she's
much.
so good.
I like her so much.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm kind of disappointed now that you told me that.
Yeah.
I don't know when it's going to change.
Does that
I
mean
don't know.
Allison's changing too?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are
Weird.
both going to change. I don't know who else is going to change, but they're young.
Like, how many years are we talking?
Yeah, apparently this is supposed to span a lot of years. This whole
Yeah, well,
Civil
what the hell,
War.
man? Give me some coherence. I need something happening here. I mean, I can follow it still, but what happened in those 10 years? What happened in those 10 months? What happened in this 1 year? What happened? What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
There's more story to tell. Don't leave it out.
roundhouse kick, elbow.